Good
Hey,
morning.
good morning.
How are you, Dr. Roger?
I'm great. How are you?
Me too. The fact that I can call you Dr. Roger and you are actually my doctor as well says something about the relationship that not only I have with you, but also most of your patients. And today you want to share with us what you think the doctor-patient relationship should be like, as
hmm
opposed to what it is for a lot of us.
Right. Actually, in our mission statement, which we review every week, we talk about restoring the doctor-patient relationship. It's and I was thinking a little bit more about this recently. How the most of the time when people think of accessing their doctor, the first thing that comes in their mind is their insurance. Is that really the way that you want to be thinking about accessing your doctor? Is insurance first? Traditionally, like our parents back in the day, the insurance was a second thought. It was more a personalized relationship with the doctor, and I think uh, that's something that we should get back to as a people, as Americans. So in our model of direct primary care, it's it starts that way. It's fundamentally that way. Most people, I think, don't realize anymore that their doctor patient relationship has been kind of skewed by the fact that they're paying an insurance premium. So
Mhm.
their their relationship with the doctor goes through the insurance because that's where the money flows. And people who understand cash flow understand that that's where incentives are connected and aligned, is to follow the where the money flows. Okay, in our relationship, um, folks pay a membership fee to the clinic every month, and so the doctor, me, and the providers at Direct Med Clinic, our um, focus is directly back on the patient instead of in the traditional model. Doctors, when they're looking at how they're going to treat a patient, a lot of times, it's sad to say, will look at, or the treatment will be determined by what the insurance company is going to reimburse,
Mm.
because the doctor has a relationship contractually with the insurance carrier, whether it's Blue Cross, Aetna, United, or whatever. It's the insurance company that is telling the doctor what he's going to be reimbursed for. So if a doctor is seeing a patient and they're doing something for that patient that's not reimbursable, chances are they're probably not going to do that for that patient, you know. Whereas if the relationship is directly between the doctor and the patient, well, in our model, the doctor's already getting paid through the monthly membership. So we're just going to do what's best for the patient that way. Mhm.
Yeah, it's really interesting that when you explained that relationship that you have with your patients and that we should have with our doctors as patients, it reminded me of, it's crazy because we, as American people, we care, for example, we care a lot about our pets. And I remember when I had a pet, I didn't shop for his health based on an insurance. I knew there's this vet, this doctor for animals that I like and that my animal likes, and I'm gonna take him there. And then, yeah, he had a brochure on the counter that, oh, you can have insurance for your pet. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna get that if if there's ever something very bad that happens, I have this additional protection. But for the rest, I want to take him, and I want to have him take care of my beloved animal. And we should think the very same way. It's how it used to be. Young people probably don't remember that, but I believe you when you tell us that's how it used to be. And so in a way, it's going back to the basics. And if people are interested in having that relationship again with a doctor that really cares, you are there for them, right? Where can you help people? And is it just for individuals or also companies?
Great question. So access is there for anyone, whether it's an individual or a company. Individuals can they pay our monthly membership fee if they want this kind of relationship with their doctor, this kind of access, which is affordable, by the way. And then also for employers. Now, the employer market, that's a whole nother story. You know, employers pay for the majority of healthcare in this country, and large employers, say like 50 or more, they need to have a plan that's compliant with the ACA. And so it can be quite complicated to have this built into their benefit plan, but it can be done, and we do it. We have resources to help large employers with that, but small employers, you know, from just a handful up to 50 or whatever, a lot of times they can make a decision right on the spot, like, yeah, that kind of healthcare with Blue Cross or United or whatever is too expensive for me, but I can buy these memberships for my employees from Direct Med Clinic, and that's what they do. And we have a doctor program liaison. He was on our last LinkedIn Live talking about what he does there. So we offer that to small employers and large employers to have an affordable access to a doctor. And to a doctor, I say specifically to a doctor because this is so different than any employer offering health insurance to their employees. Sometimes, many times, employers are paying a pretty penny to have health insurance for their employees, but those employees still don't have access to a doctor. Now, is that really a benefit? I mean, healthcare from an employer is considered a benefit. Well, has the market shifted and these incentives changed so much now that it's no longer a benefit? For what I'm trying to say is that situation specifically, and we've seen it a number of times, where an employer is buying this benefit, but it's not really a benefit, because it's not a benefit for an employee if they can't afford to use it. And I say they can't afford to use it because the deductible is so high, or they tell the employer, no, I can't afford that, you know, so don't deduct that from my paycheck. You see, so that's why I say, is it really a benefit anymore? What I propose is that what Direct Med Clinic offers is affordable healthcare and not insurance. It's affordable healthcare, and that is a benefit. I mean, think of it in terms of you having a traditional health plan offered by your employer, where you have a $2,000, $3,000, $5,000 deductible for you or your family to have access to a doctor. And on this hand, affordable access to a doctor through Direct Med Clinic doesn't cost anything for you to walk in our clinic and have an office visit. It doesn't cost anything for you to text the doctor through our HIPAA compliant secure app, or to have a virtual visit. It doesn't cost you anything, because that monthly membership covered it all. So that is why I say this is a benefit, and this one over here, maybe not so much a benefit.
Mm.
You see, that people can use.
Well, last time we also spoke about how healthcare insurance drives some employees crazy. We said it just like that because it's truly the case. Is like people need help, and then they navigate a maze of pre-authorizations and is who's in network and who's not, and when can I be seen, and all of that gets taken away because now they have a direct relationship with you and you help navigate that. I know that for a fact because I am a client of yours as well and a patient of yours, and when we come and see you, you have your staff helps with all of that too.
Exactly.
So we have a ticker blended in here that goes to a website where you can register for a webinar where we go, or I should say you go, in depth in how that looks like for an employer. Maybe you are an employer of a slightly bigger size, you have more specific requirements, and this webinar is for you. So you would go to link.directmedclinic.com/employers. It's blended in, and then you can schedule a webinar session with Dr. Roger. Yeah, how else can people reach out to you wherever they see it, right? It's being streamed live right now on LinkedIn, on your Facebook, on your YouTube. So just you can also reach out, and you are pretty responsive as it's amazing how responsive you are, and that's part of the relationship.
Yes.
Awesome. Well, any final thoughts before we let our viewers go today, Dr. Roger?
Yeah, no, the only final thought was, if you don't have the kind of access that you want with your doctor and you think that it's too expensive, then reconsider what we just talked about, because it's not really. There is affordable access to a doctor out there, and I hope Direct Med Clinic is modeling that in a huge way, because I just want everybody to know that there is affordable access. Maybe not everybody wants it, and that's fine. But there are so many people out there that need it. I just want to get the word out. So if you like what we're talking about, reach out to us and let us know, and share this talk, this presentation with anyone else that you feel like needs affordable access to care.
Yeah. Well, that last word of yours really triggered something in my mind, because you said who wants it, anyone who wants it. Maybe not everybody wants it, but the truth of the matter is that your Direct Med Clinic is growing, and you're actually in the process of adding doctors. And last time you told me, maybe it's a good idea to mention that here, that you are looking at adding a pediatrician too to your staff, right?
Yes.
So people can reach out there as well if they are interested in collaborating with you on that level, if any pediatricians are watching this in the San Antonio area. Okay, well, thank you for your time. I know on Thursday, typically we do a live, but this Thursday, you will be traveling. So we will definitely see each other on the channel next week.
Next week.
And yep, in the meantime, again, don't hesitate to reach out, because there's a doctor program liaison that can help. Dr. Roger still checks his messages. And of course, there's the webinar, which is for employers, which you should definitely, if you are an employer who liked what we spoke about today, definitely check that out.
Very good.
All right.
Thanks,
Bye.
everybody.
Bye-bye.